with coverage you trust. This is NBC 10 News at 6.
Right now at 6, doggy ditch. This pooch was abandoned outside a local shelter. It's all caught on camera. Tonight, police want to know who's responsible.
Accused in a double killing, Aaron Hernandez is facing new murder charges tonight.
All right, but first, an NBC 10 I-Team exclusive now. Questionable credentials. We've uncovered a Providence Public School administrator who was hired just last year. Holds a college degree that may not be worth the paper it's printed on. The job requires a bachelor's degree, and her resume includes one, but it's from a university that our investigation finds sells degrees over the internet for a few $100.
No time in the classroom, no questions asked. The I-Team's Katie Davis went right to the superintendent of schools for answers. She joins us live in the studio with the exclusive details. Katie?
Patrice, we can all agree that life experience is valuable, but is it enough to earn you a bachelor's degree or even a PhD without ever taking a single class? The I-Team learned a Providence school employee used a questionable degree to get a very important job dealing with special needs students. Her salary more than $94,000 a year.
Birch Vocational Academy, the Providence School District's troubled school for special needs students. Birch serves young people with developmental and intellectual disabilities after a federal investigation revealed some students at Birch were doing menial labor for pennies an hour. The district reached a settlement with the Department of Justice. Hired to help fix the problem, this woman, Nancy Stevenin, became Supervisor of Transition and Community Development in December, paid just under $100,000 a year. But her hiring caused another problem.
This was a serious lapse in judgment, and it needs to be addressed.
The school district's job posting says bachelor's degree mandatory, but the I-Team learned Stevenin apparently cut corners to get the job. Our investigation revealed her bachelor's degree came from an online institution called Ashley University.
I found our model of instruction unique and successful for a variety of reasons.
I have been told recently that you can call up and get a degree over the phone.
What was your reaction when you learned that?
Obviously, that is not acceptable, and we put Ms. Stevenin on a corrective action plan immediately in February when we discovered that.
Ashley University doesn't appear to have a physical address and isn't accredited by any of the agencies approved by the United States Department of Education. How easy is it to get a degree? I bought a PhD over the phone for $600 in about 10 minutes. No classes necessary, no questions asked.
My last name is Davis, D-A-V-I-S.
Superintendent Susan Lucy sat down with the I-Team Thursday to explain her decision to keep Stevenin on the job.
If she made a serious lapse in judgment but continues in the job at her salary, isn't it in a way saying that cheating is okay?
No, I don't think so at all. If cheating was okay, we would not have put her on the immediate corrective action plan.
Lucy says Stevenin is getting results at Birch and has an impressive resume. The one thing she apparently didn't have was a valid college degree, something the district says she'll now be allowed to earn from an accredited school while keeping her current job and salary.
Do you feel like more discipline would be warranted, that she should be placed on leave or even fired for this kind of lapse in judgment?
I think that would be a huge loss to the children we are most directly trying to serve, so no, I do not.
And I spoke with Nancy Stevenin by phone this morning. She said she did not want to comment for this story. After we heard about Ashley University, we went to work to find out just what it takes to get an advanced degree from Ashley and how much it would cost. I'll show you that part of my exclusive investigation tonight at 11. Live in the studio, Katie Davis, NBC 10.
All right, Katie, thanks. If you have a tip for the I-Team, call it in. 401-455-9123 or send an email, iteam@wjar.com.
New developments now after a shooting in Providence that left a brother dead and his sister fighting for her life. Today, police are increasing patrols in the area, fearing retaliation. This story was just breaking last night at this time. Police say 20-year-old Devon Taylor and his 15-year-old sister Destiny were driving down Wendell Street when they were gunned down. Police believe that he was the target. Tonight, the Providence Journal reports police have a few leads in the case, but police could not confirm those reports. For NBC 10.
All right, new developments now concerning Aaron Hernandez. The former Pats player is now facing 2 more murder charges.
And Gene, this time they say he is the trigger man. Hernandez is already awaiting trial for the murder of Odin Lloyd in North Attleboro last year. Now a grand jury has indicted him in a double murder in Boston in 2012. Sierra Putman is live in the newsroom with the latest on this case. Sierra?
Well, this indictment comes nearly 2 years after these murders, and prosecutors tell NBC 10 that the investigation into the death of Odin Lloyd is what helped them build their case. Now, today in Boston, Suffolk County DA Daniel Conley accused Hernandez of shooting and killing 2 men back in 2012. He says it all stems from a night of clubbing in Boston. The DA's office says something that night led Hernandez to follow another group of men and open fire on them. 2 died and 1 was injured. Hernandez's defense attorney sent NBC 10 this statement stating it is one thing to make allegations at a press conference and another thing to prove them in a courtroom.
For us, this case was never about Aaron Hernandez. This case was about 2 victims who were stalked, ambushed, and senselessly murdered on the streets of the city they called home.
It's riveting because it is a person who is at the height of their game, no pun intended, who destroys it all, allegedly, by committing these murders.
And if the prosecution is correct, then that means that Aaron Hernandez spent 1 season in the NFL after the double homicide. Sierra Putman, NBC 10 News.
All right, in the meantime, an associate of Aaron Hernandez is arraigned on murder charges stemming from the Odin Lloyd murder. Ernest Wallace pleads not guilty in a Fall River courtroom. He had previously been charged as an accessory back in 2013, but last month those charges were upped to murder. New at 6 o'clock now, a grand jury hands up an indictment charging 2 young men with murder. 17-year-old Jose Lopez and 20-year-old Daquan Watts are accused of killing Ryan Almeida outside his mother's Pawtucket apartment on Christmas Eve. They're both set to be arraigned in Superior Court May 30th.
From the NBC 10 I-Team, a lawyer for former House Speaker Gordon Fox says his client should not answer a subpoena request from the 38 Studios lawsuit. Alvin Moser says that he and Fox don't know why state and federal investigators raided his State House office and home nearly 2 months ago. But he said investigators want 38 Studios documents to look for more information. The lawyer confirmed that there is a grand jury in a wide-ranging investigation that has issued more than 100 subpoenas. Meanwhile, new at 6 tonight, the debate over paying back the 38 Studios bond continues at the State House. A committee is hearing from experts on the pros and cons of paying off the debt. NBC 10 political reporter Bill Rapley is live at the State House with the latest on this ongoing drama. Bill?
Oh, yeah, this carries over from last year, Patrice. Remember, there was a good discussion about whether to pay the bonds back last year, but that was the first payment. It was only $2.5 million. This year, it's $12.5 million, and it's getting a much fuller discussion. As the 38 Studios game went up in smoke, the company was no longer able to pay off the bonds that the state of Rhode Island's Economic Development Corporation had arranged. So the state was left holding the bill. Not necessarily legally obligated, but if Rhode Island wants to borrow money in the future, which it will, defaulting now could be expensive.
Non-payment means our bonds are more risky. That's going to raise the risk premium on our bonds. Lower demand is going to mean we have to pay higher prices, so the real interest cost in general will go up.
Ladaro testified before the House Committee on Oversight, which is examining the question of whether to pay those bonds off at a cost of just over $12 million a year. And 2 experts say we need to do more investigation before deciding. One says the rating agencies are not the last word.
We haven't heard from the actual buyers themselves. They should be interviewed.
And Gary Sass says some of those Wall Streeters do not agree that a default would be catastrophic.
It's arguable. There are certain municipal bond consultants on Wall Street that take a different point of view, and we're going to discuss those 2 different points of view tonight.
Now, this decision will have to be made by the full General Assembly. The item for paying back the bonds was put into the budget by Governor Chafee. We'll see if it stays in the budget or if the Finance Committee in the House of Representatives takes it out as a separate item. I'm Bill Rapley, NBC 10 News, inside the State House.
Bill, thanks. Coverage Trust continues now. School shut down. An investigation is underway after a private school abruptly closes.
Also ahead, dog ditched. Police are looking for the person who was caught on camera abandoning a dog at a local shelter. And Mark, the clouds rolled in.
Yeah, they did roll in, Patrice, certainly. Not a lot of rain, though, although it looked like it could rain at any moment today. We do have some rain still in the weekend forecast. I'll break down the timing for it for you A little bit more specifically, not a total washout Saturday or Sunday. I'll explain in a few minutes.
New at 6 tonight, an investigation is underway in Fall River after a private school abruptly closed a month before the end of the school year. 41 students in grades K through 8 attended Seton Academy, but the school closed without explanation yesterday. Trustees had previously announced the Catholic school would close at the end of the year. It is not, though, affiliated with the Fall River Diocese. The school blamed declining enrollment, lack of funding, and increasing debt. The Attorney General's office is helping parents find new schools for their children. Also new at 6 tonight, the mayor of Attleboro is proposing a meals tax, and the money would go to struggling city schools. If approved by the City Council next week, the 0.75% tax would be applied to restaurant meals. The tax would add 8 cents to a $10 bill. The mayor, Kevin Dumas, tells the Sun Chronicle that he's been forced to find new sources of cash because of dwindling state aid.
All right, plans to redevelop the old Shooters nightclub in Providence have apparently ended. State officials tell WPRO today that they could not reach a financial deal with Bowl Arts. The company had hoped to turn the old Shooters into a performance venue. The site near India Point Park has been vacant since 2000. The state acquired the land 4 years ago and says it will continue to look for another investor. Coverage of Trust continues now. New at 6. Caught on camera, police are looking for the person who ditched a dog outside a shelter.
NBC 10 is severe weather coverage you trust.
I knew at 6, caught on camera now. A person abandons a dog at the East Providence Animal Shelter. We have some surveillance footage here of a Yorkie being left at the building on Commercial Way early Wednesday morning. Officials say this is a classic drive-and-ditch maneuver. Police are looking for the operator of a blue Volkswagen Beetle. The perpetrator could face as much as 11 months in prison.
Actually made an inquiry with the Rhode Island DMV, and we had them check into within a certain area, blue buggies within that area. I can't say how widespread that is, but there are very, very few of them. So we do have some leads that we're working on right now, and I can neither confirm nor deny if we have any people of interest at this point.
The dog's in good condition. If you have any information, call the East Providence Animal Control.
Well, we are gearing up for the return of the Rhode Island National Guard Air Show at Quonset Point this weekend, and on hand will be the world-class Blue Angels. Can't wait.
All right, NBC 10's Tony Gugliotta met up with the Angels today at Quonset. He's live with more tonight. Tony.
Yeah, it seems like forever since we've had an air show around here, but what a difference a year makes. And now some of the best pilots in the world are looking forward to being back in Rhode Island.
It's a rite of summer in Rhode Island, and what air show would be complete without the Navy Blue Angels?
Our desire is to take the military to the backyards of America that don't traditionally have a big military footprint.
The mission of the Blue Angels is much deeper than their stunning aerial performances, and that's why these air shows are so important.
The importance is just showcasing what we can do and, you know, seeing all the excited fans and getting all the children to, you know, see the military and how we operate.
A lot of times it's their first chance to even experience an aircraft in the air. Many of them haven't flown before on a plane, so seeing something in the air like that, it really thrills them.
Perhaps most thrilling for one member of the Blue Angels is returning to a place near home.
It's great to be here. It's great to see my family, my friends. I had dinner with my mother last night. It was amazing.
Airman 1 Michael Arichello is from Weymouth, Massachusetts, and says he's thrilled the air show is back in Quonset.
It's very special. I work with a great group of people. They're all awesome individuals. It's great to work with all of them, and it's going to be a great show and a great weekend.
An air show is a great time for family and friends of all ages, so we look forward to a great weekend.
It was a tough day to fly here for the Blue Angels. The conditions very overcast, but they did get up in the air a little bit, and I can tell you, looks like they're ready to put on a tremendous show this weekend. Enjoy the air show. Live in North Kingstown, Tony Gugliotta, NBC 10 News.
Tony, thanks. It's coming up now this weekend. Gates open at 9 o'clock in the morning, Saturday and Sunday. More information on turnto10.com tonight. And before takeoff, we have your VIP pass to everything you need to know from parking to the aerial acts. Be sure to watch our special Need for Speed, the return of the Rhode Island Air Show, this Friday night at 7:30, right here on NBC 10.
A pair of seals are back at sea tonight. Mystic Aquarium released Curie and Pluto at Blue Shutters Beach in Charlestown this morning. Curie is a gray seal, Pluto a harp seal. They were both rescued by animal advocates and have recovered from their various ailments.
Now, Checkmark's Storm Team 10 forecast.
Doesn't matter how many times you see it, you have to stop and watch it. It's just so cute. All right, our temperatures tonight in the low 60s. It's really not going to be much different from the coast to inland areas temperature-wise tonight. Low clouds, south and southeast wind blanketing all of southern New England, so about 62 to maybe 60 degrees or so at 9 o'clock. Areas of fog near the coast, especially thick near the water. 60 degrees to start at 7 a.m. on Friday. Mid to upper 60s by noontime, lower 60s near the water. I think the temperatures tomorrow afternoon should top out pretty similar to what we saw today, in fact. Beautiful picture of the Westport River with the dark sky in the background. Nancy Holt said it did darken up considerably over the course of this afternoon with some morning sunshine there along the banks of the Westport River. So here's a look at the high temperature. 71 today. The average high at the airport, 68. And 10 years ago, the record high of 87 was set. This morning's low, 56, warmer than the average of 48, and 36 degrees in 1947. A little bit more moisture coming in across Block Island and the south coast, so we're getting even lower cloud deck here. Mostly cloudy sky will continue tonight with the fog and maybe even a little mist in some areas. Steadiest rain is to our west. This whole system is going to pick up its speed a little bit as we head into Saturday morning. So we're still going to get some steady rain here very late Friday night through Saturday morning. Impulse of energy near Chicago. This is going to stall out and sit over the northeast all probably Sunday through about Wednesday of next week. As a result, it keeps it unsettled, but it doesn't bring us a lot of rain. It just gives us some morning sun, and then that instability, that swirl of low pressure in the afternoon should trigger some heavy clouds each of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday afternoons with some widely scattered rain showers. Our tower cam is looking a little gloomy tonight as we look south. It's still 68 degrees with a south-southeast wind coming right at the camera, the humidity at 76%, and the temperature is even cooler now in westerly, down to 60 degrees as the clouds get a little lower and it is damp along all of our south coast. 71 Fall River, Taunton still 72, 67 up toward Gloucester and Woonsocket tonight. This is the temperature forecast now. Tomorrow morning, temperatures not much different than where they are now. Upper 50s to low 60s, rising into that lower 70 range there in northeast Massachusetts, or I should say off to our northeast of Providence in parts of southeastern Massachusetts, and then low and mid 60s a little farther to the south coast as you're closer to that south and southeast wind. That's the prevailing wind direction all tonight through tomorrow. South-southeast with mostly cloudy sky here on Friday and the chance for a shower, a little steadier shower toward the afternoon and especially tomorrow night. The heaviest rain is in Saturday morning. It should taper off from west to east Saturday afternoon. And I wouldn't be surprised if we sneak in a little bit of hazy sunshine here on Saturday afternoon. So here's the weekend rain. Again, it's steadiest through about late morning or noontime on Saturday, and then it lets up for a while with some hazy sun. There's still that chance of a shower Sunday afternoon, but it does not look like a lot of rain on Sunday, just more clouds than anything else on Sunday afternoon. The rainfall totals are going down to, at least the forecast from a lot of our guidance, showing probably about a ½ inch or so, maybe even a little less. The higher totals holding off to our west, so we'll keep an eye on that trend. Southeast winds gusty tomorrow, 15 to 20 knots, so again, it keeps the coast near 60 degrees, inland spots around 70. A shower late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. Saturday morning's the steadiest. The afternoon gets a little hazy. Sunday, some sunshine early. Gina Patrice in the afternoon turns mostly cloudy with a few widely scattered rain showers. Not totally bad for the air show this weekend.
10 cares about your child's education, so it's time to reveal our Golden Apple Award recipient, a local educator who goes above and beyond. This woman is great. NBC 10, the Department of Education, and Hasbro are teaming up to recognize outstanding teachers every Thursday night at 6, all based on your nominations. Elsbeth Brown, the parent of a child who is deaf, nominated this teacher, saying she is an incredible role model for children in the school. She shows them that being deaf does not stop you from becoming a successful person. So we're happy to present tonight's Golden Apple Award to Robin Henderson, special education teacher at the Rhode Island School for the Deaf. Logan adores his teacher. In fact, he recently came home from school and signed to his mother, "Logan loves Robin." Robin Henderson has opened the world to him and her other first and second grade students. She can relate to them because she too is deaf.
Good job. Right.
So we head here to the Rhode Island School for the Deaf in Providence and join educators, Mrs. Henderson's husband, Miles, and friends to surprise her with a Golden Apple Award. Mrs. Henderson, hi. I'm Patrice Wood from NBC 10. An interpreter accompanies me and signs the news.
I did not expect this in 1 million years. I just didn't.
Commissioner of Education Deborah Gist had to study for this presentation.
Yay. Very exciting.
Karen Davis from Hasbro presents a grant.
Thank you.
Parents say Mrs. Henderson instills the love of learning in her students.
I can think of all the kids that I've taught, and they've changed my life. They make me a better person. I teach better because of them.
Ms. Robin Henderson, an exceptional teacher and recipient of our Golden Apple Award. She is one devoted teacher. If you know someone who deserves a Golden Apple Award, nominate him or her. Just go to turnto10.com and fill out a nomination form online. Maybe I'll visit your school.
All right, sports is next now. Sore losers? That's what the Canadians are saying. Sports Team 10's Joe Kayada has the story.
Hi there, everyone. I'm Dan Janik, live in the newsroom. Here are the stories we're working on in the newsroom. New at 7 o'clock tonight. An A-OK for CVS. The locally based pharmacy chain can open 7 new mini clinics, but there's a reason they won't open just yet, and we're going to tell you it. Plus, controlling the burn, thousands of firefighters charged with trying to spare homes and property as 9 separate wildfires continue to flare up. We'll have the new video for you at 7 o'clock. Then later tonight, Hollywood Game Night at 8, followed by Rosemary's Baby at 9, and then the night team's live at 11 with all your late night news.
Tomorrow morning on my radio show on WPRO, more retailers are making bargain stuff for their own outlets. Are consumers fooled by the pricey names on the cheaper stuff? We'll preview this weekend's running of the Preakness race, the second leg of the Triple Crown, and play my game of the week to win tickets to see cellist Yo-Yo Ma at the Vets. That's tomorrow on the WPRO Morning News with me. News Talk 630 and 99.7 FM, 6 to 9 weekdays on the radio and on 630 WPRO.com, everywhere else.
After recording the best record in the NHL in the regular season and earning the President's Cup trophy, the postseason expectations were extremely high for the Boston Bruins to get back to the Stanley Cup Finals. Unfortunately, inconsistent play got them knocked out last night by the Canadiens in just the second round of the postseason. The Bees struggled at the start of this game, falling behind 2-0 in the second period. Boston would eventually come alive with a goal, and the Bees look for yet another comeback, but it would not be enough. The Canadiens take the series with the 3-1 win. In Game 7 afterwards, Canadiens players claimed that Milan Lucic was a sore loser while shaking hands, as seen right here, but it was a tough series on everyone in the Bruins dressing room.
For sure, it's something that you're going to be thinking about. You know, I'll be thinking about it for sure quite a bit.
Yeah, it's very disappointing. You know, I think this we had a great opportunity here this year, and you know, it's frustrating when it doesn't all come together. And I think any year, it doesn't matter if you lose first round or in the finals, you don't win. And so it's very disappointing. It'll definitely take a bit to sink in.
Baseball now. The Boston Red Sox played a matinee matchup in Minnesota this afternoon. The Sox were looking to carry over a little momentum from last night's offensive explosion. Familiar face on the hill. Phil Hughes going up against Clay Buchholz. Bottom of the second. Twins get to Clay early on. Chris Barmele with a 2-run homer. They had one more in the frame and take the 3-zip advantage. Jump to the top of the ninth now. Red Sox down 3-1. Will Middlebrooks comes up, and he comes in big with a base knock to right, scoring a pair of runs, 3-all. But the Twins come right back. Bottom of the 10th, Aaron Hicks with the walk-off single off Andrew Miller. That's your game winner. Minnesota wins 4-3 the final. The Paw Sox continue their series in Indy today with 11 a.m. game. This game belonged to Bryce Brent. He had 3 extra base hits on the day, including this solo homer in the second, then an RBI double in the 6th. Overall, he was 3 for 4 with 2 RBI before leaving the game with an injury. Anthony Renato tossed 7 shutout innings. Paw Sox win 4-0 the final. And finally tonight, the Rhode Island Interscholastic League inducted their Hall of Fame class of 2014 last night in Warwick at the Crown Plaza. Among those honored, former Mount St. Charles and NHL standout Keith Carney, and Bishop Hendricken grad and former Major League Baseball star Rocco Baldelli, who says he's happy to be back in town for this honor.
It's a really nice honor. It's really nice to be able to be here with my family and my coaches and a lot of the people from Hendricken and family, friends, and everyone who's always been there for me growing up. A lot of the same faces from when I was a teenager. You know, right around the corner over here, and they're all sitting next to me tonight.
Rocco is now a special assistant with the Tampa Bay Rays.
Good for him. I feel like I watched him grow up. Yeah. That's it for us tonight. Thanks for watching. We're already working on NBC 10 News at 11.
Have a good night till we see you again.